Welcome back to Auto Street. Today we've got something special, a full deep dive into the 2026 Chevrolet 3100 5-window, the classic styling with modern engineering, and I'm going to walk you through the exterior, interior, performance, and pricing. Let's roll. When I first laid eyes on the 5-window 3100, you immediately sense Chevrolet intended to marry vintage charm with present-day usability. The body lines, the curving fenders, chopped rear bed, and that distinctive grille give it an old-school vibe. But step closer and you see the details: LED headlights tucked subtly into the fender cutouts, a modern wraparound glass windshield, flush door handles, and hidden aerodynamic tweaks that help it pass today's standards while preserving its retro soul. The 5-window refers to the cab arrangement, the front windshield, 2 side windows, and the small wrap windows behind the doors, which gives it that distinctive vintage pickup silhouette. The paint finishes come in both classic two-tone combos and single solid colors, often with a gloss premium finish that highlights all those curves. The steel panels are reinforced behind the scenes, the bed has a modern spray-in liner or optional wood slats with polished rails, and the tailgate opens with hidden latches that preserve the clean rear look. Wheels are a modern throwback style, think polished steel with wide white wall or Blackwell rubber, 18 to 20 inches, but sized to balance stance and ride comfort. Moving inside, Chevrolet didn't just put old styling in a modern shell, they treated the cabin like a classy blend of vintage cues and technological convenience. You get a two-tone interior with stitched leather or premium vinyl surfaces, accent piping, and brushed aluminum or wood trim depending on your trim level. The dashboard is minimalist in design, analog gauges with digital readouts embedded subtly, classic toggle switches remade with modern switchgear, and a modern touchscreen infotainment system tucked into a recess so it doesn't dominate the retro aesthetic. You'll find Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay/Android Auto, navigation, and a premium audio system as standard or optional depending on trim. The steering wheel is often a wood rim or leather wrap with vintage styling cues but with integrated controls. Seats are supportive and comfortable, often heated and ventilated, with contrast stitching, and enough bolstering for spirited driving. Rear visibility is aided by big wrap windows and optional backup cameras. Cabin noise is well controlled by modern sound deadening. Wind noise is minimal even at highway speeds thanks to the tight seals around those vintage window shapes. Storage is practical: center console bins, door pockets, glove box, cup holders, etc., designed so they don't feel out of place in a vintage-styled interior. Under the hood is where the magic really shows. Chevrolet offers a drivetrain that respects performance and emissions standards while giving that punch you want in a truck with attitude. The base powertrain is likely a turbocharged V6 or small displacement V8. Chevy's been leaning that way to meet modern efficiency demands, with outputs in the neighborhood of 350 to 400 horsepower and 350 to 450 lb-ft of torque. These are representative estimates, as exact numbers vary by trim. Chevrolet also offers an advanced 10 or 8-speed automatic transmission, sometimes with a manual shift mode, and possibly an available manual for purists. Rear-wheel drive is standard, with an optional performance all-wheel drive or selectable 4x4 system in certain trims. The suspension is fully independent in front and a multi-link setup in rear with coil springs or optional air suspension, tuned to offer vintage ride softness with modern cornering stability. Brakes are ventilated discs all round, with ABS, electronic brake distribution, and optional performance brake packages with larger rotors and multi-piston calipers. In testing, the 0 to 60 time lands in the 5 to 6 second range for the higher trims. Highway cruising is effortless and stable, and ride comfort is better than many vintage trucks while still preserving some road feel. Fuel economy, while not eco-car level, is respectable for this class. In mixed driving, you might expect something like mid-teens mpg, or equivalent in liters/100 km, depending on configuration. Now, where this really gets interesting is value and pricing. The 2026 Chevrolet 3100 5-window is positioned as a premium specialty vehicle. You're not buying a work truck, you're buying a lifestyle icon with modern amenities. The base model typically starts around $55,000 to $65,000 USD, depending on options, paint, trim, and drivetrain. If you add premium packages, upgraded interiors, performance drivetrains, custom paint, advanced suspension, and tech options, you can easily push into the $80,000 to $100,000 plus territory. Chevrolet may also offer limited editions or custom versions with coach-built touches, which drive the price even higher. For many buyers, the real value lies in the balance. You get the nostalgia of a 1950s styling but none of the compromises in terms of comfort, safety, and performance. For the aftermarket, many owners will further customize wheels, suspension, interiors, and finishes, which can add tens of thousands of dollars, but that's part of the culture around vehicles like this. From a buyer's perspective, the 5-window version is sought after because it retains that compact vintage cab look, yet still gives modern occupant comfort. The interior is surprisingly spacious for its class. You get good legroom, headroom, and shoulder room for 2 front occupants. Rear space is limited but not unusable if it's the regular cab, not crew. The bed is practical for lighter loads, daily gear, weekend toys, or show purposes, though not designed for extreme hauling. Reliability should be strong if maintained, given Chevy's support in modern component sourcing. In terms of pros and trade-offs, you get a rolling piece of art that performs, not just a static showpiece. But you're paying premium dollars. Some may argue parts and servicing could cost more than conventional trucks. Because it's a niche product, certain replacement panels or special components might take extra lead time or expense. Also, fuel economy will never rival a compact crossover or sedan. But if what you want is presence, drama, emotion, and modern usability in a vintage shell, this is a top contender. If I were giving this a score, exterior design, 9 out of 10 for style and faithfulness to classic cues with modern execution, interior and comfort, 8 out of 10 because it's an amazing mix, though some compromises for aesthetics exist. Performance, 8.5 out of 10 as it delivers strong numbers while balancing efficiency. Value, 7.5 out of 10 for what you get at the price, especially in this niche segment. So guys, if you're in the market for a truck that commands attention, delivers modern capability, yet carries the soul of a bygone era, the 2026 Chevrolet 3100 5-window deserves a serious look. Let me know in the comments which trim or custom package you'd go for, what exterior color, or what tweaks you might make. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to AutoStreet for more car breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay driven.